Hi, we're the Marcys and we fell in love at Illinois State University. I met my husband, Brad Marcy, in 2007 here at Illinois State University. We're both in the history education program, and we've been history nerds ever since.
We met right outside of the high school office in U-High. We were waiting for class to start on a bench, and she was on a phone. I noticed she was, pretty, and I was a single guy just home from the war, and I wasn't trying to listen into our phone conversation, but I kind of overheard. And she was actually talking to a guy she was seeing at the time. So I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But it didn't sound like it was going too well. So, I didn't, I kept it on my radar.
I have no idea what our first official date was. For the longest time, we just hung out in a small group. I was the only girl in the crowd because the history program is pretty male dominated. And I hung out with some of the older guys, and they happened to all be veterans. And I just knew that they were like a safe, comfortable group. And we used to go to Burger King and McAllister's all the time.
I got in trouble. This is when we were just friends. There was some attraction, I think, and we liked each other. But I was still in that, not ready kind of phase. But we were sitting in the Bone upstairs outside of Burger King and Pizza Hut and eating. We had a couple friends there, and one of the guys, we were just guys together, and a girl walked in, Ashlie sitting there, and she had glasses at the time. I think she's wearing her glasses today.
He had made an offhanded comment about the girl he was looking at was attractive, but she'd be prettier without glasses. And I was sitting right there, and I think the whole table got silent and just stared me down waiting for my reaction. And I don't honestly remember how I reacted. I'm sure the look was enough. And he has not stopped apologizing since, and we've known each other since 2007. So
I didn't even think about it. It went right over my head. My buddy's going, oh, and he's kind of like, and I'm like, what? And then I look at Ashlie, and she's just glaring at me. So yeah, I kind of stepped in on that one, but.
And then eventually we started finding ways to go out to dinner on our own or go to a movie on our own. So I think one of our first official dates was actually at his house watching a movie.
We had our wedding at Ewing Manor. We had, several of our friends and professors came. There's one professor this day, Dr. Hartman, Andrew Hartman. He still likes to brag that we fell in love in his class.
We didn't know at the time that it was actually a property of Illinois State. When we found out, we knew it was perfect. And then of course, catering was from here. Most of our rentals were from here. So it ended up being absolutely perfect. Reggie Redbird came to the wedding. That was his gift to me. And he stayed for a long time. Our first dance together was the chicken dance with Reggie. It was very romantic. Now I'm the school librarian for Leroy School, so I have pre-K through 12th grade, and I teach civics and media literacy. He's the high school history teacher in the same high school, so we live in this beautiful small community. We have two daughters, Kennedy, who's 5, and Carson, who's 2, who are Leroy Panthers right now, but they always talk about someday when they're going to be Redbirds. And I think that's just the perfect description of our family, is that we've all kind of grown up around here, and their goal is to be here again soon.
We wouldn't have met if it wasn't for ISU. We wouldn't have met if it wasn't for the history program. We keep very close ties to the history department. It's just such an integral part of us. I continued my education with grad school. I take student teachers from Illinois State. It's a big part of our lives. I think it's important to stay connected with your college because it, first of all, models that for your children. Our girls, our kids we drive past and they're like, oh, there's our college, and they know Reggie, and it shows how important education is to your kids. But also it's, remembering your roots and remembering where you came from, furthering our own education and our own professional development. All those things are made possible through our relationship with Illinois State.